What's up? What's up? What's up? It is your girl, Survivor Speaks, back with a new live show. So, today we're going to just get right into it. What's up? What's up? To make sure you guys can hear me. Today we're going to get right into it. There is an update in the case of David or D4VD, if you will. As some of you may well know, this is the case. I had to pivot. I had to cover this because we talked about this yesterday. And I was just frustrated. But finally, they have something that they can move on. Just waiting for it to come down the pike any day. And shout out to the homeowner of that mansion that David's manager rented for him. So it was rented in the manager's name for $20,000 a month. And the owner of that mansion, was tired of the police not giving him any information regarding this case. So let me bring him up so y'all can see who I'm talking about.
It is your girl, Survivor Speaks, and I am back.
Okay. So this is who I'm talking about when I say David D4VD. He was an uprising star, but what a lot of people don't know is that before he was signed to a record label, he was already making lots of money because of the way that he came out on the scene. He made his first money being a streamer. So then he started making beats, songs for himself because YouTube got strict with the not monetizing your content if the music does not belong to you. And so his mother told him to make his own music, and so that's what he did. What's up for always? What's up, Ali? Thank you all for being here. But y'all know I gotta run an intro, but I had to pivot and add David too. We're gonna watch the video. This case is finally going to move, and if they don't, then we really know what they are really about. This is so the owner hired a private investigator to go in a house and see if he could find some information about what happened in his home. Like him and his family wanted to know. And this private investigator, after the LAPD raided the house and cleared it, they found some evidence that they said they just took a picture of and left. So we're going to look at the clip. So I'm going to bring the clip over, and then after I run my intro. So I'll bring the clip over and we'll listen to, because he did 2 interviews. One with Lauren Crime, and he did another interview with Ashley Banfield of News Nation. So I'm going to look at Ashley's the interview that he did with Ashley. So I'm going to run the intro, and just to make everybody aware, the middle finger in my intro is to cancer. It's not to any person. I just wanted to make that clear before I run my intro, and I'll see you in a minute. I'll be back.
Survivor Speaks is the name at the end of the day. People love me or hate me, I don't care either way. Breast cancer busted through like a thief in the night. A cancer's ass was knocked out before the end of the fight. A champion coming through, knocking everything out. This is hard if you see, I do nothing for clout. Just like cancer, I'll let nothing take me out. So be respectful when you step foot inside of my house. Over here to have your ass escorted on out. So hop up out the bushes, wrap your feet, take a seat, and get comfortable and chill with your girl. Survivor Speaks, yeah. Hey, hey, hey. Who, what? I'm Survivor Speaks. What time is it? What time is it? It's time for you to hit that like and subscribe button and turn on that notification bell bell so you get a notification each and every time that I go live. Yeah, it's Somebody Speaks and it's showtime, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for being here. Peace, peace, peace.
This video is being shown to you under Section 107 of the Copyright Act of 1976. Allowances is made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, comment, news reporting, education, and research. Fair use is permitted by copyright statute that might otherwise be infringing. Smash that like button. Let's go.
It is
And
your
we
girl
are
Survivor Speaks, and
this is just for context to let you know what we're going to be talking about first. Hi, just Mona. Thank you so much for coming in. Please hit that like button. If you're here, don't forget to hit that like button. If you stick around to the end, please go under the video and hype up my video. As you all know, I'm just coming back. This is my second day back, 2 days in a row. All right, and so yeah, I need to get back into the algorithm. So I asked the like button. It's a free way to support the show, or we do have other options that you can support the show. The moderators will be dropping links in the chat, and I greatly appreciate you. But let's get right down to this, because this case has become it's national and international, because David is an international star. He is really, really big because he's heavy into anime and gore. So overseas, and so Japan, Korea, they love him over there. So he has a really a fan base that is crazy. And I just think, like I said, that because he is a celebrity, things were like kind of moving slow. I don't know what it is, but the owners of this home hired a private investigator. He want to know if any crime was committed in his home, and he also, shout out to the owner of that home, because he said they're not telling him anything, and if something happened to Celeste in his home, he wanted to know what it was, and he wanted to give the public answers, because everyone is upset. Because if for nothing else, they have enough video footage to kind of bring this guy in and ask him. This girl was 14 years old when she was unalived. She turned 15 a day after they found her in the front of the Tesla. So the front is the front of the Tesla. They have trunks in the back and the front, but the front trunk is not that big. So they just are drawing out so many narratives about this case, and all we are looking for is justice for Celeste. If they have proof, there is video proof. This girl has been running away since she was 12, but she met him when she was 11. So if for nothing else, y'all need to bring him in and ask him what was his relationship to her. Y'all need to bring in the tattoo artist, because the tattoo artist that did his tattoos, I'm pretty sure they can find this information. The first tattoo artist that he got to do that tattoo would not tattoo her, because she said she could tell that she was not old enough. So he got somebody else to do it. That's simple. That is simple. All the LAPD has to do is go on, have a news conference. If you were the tattoo artist and you were, asked to tattoo Celeste Rivas, put a picture up, finger, please give us a call and give the number. I'm pretty sure she will respond, because she would not tattoo her. So he got somebody else to do it. So there is so much video evidence. And I know that the police department, they have to verify that the video is authentic. That doesn't take much. because all they have to do is go to what was that? Not his Patreon. He uses or was it Patreon? It may be his Patreon account, but I'm thinking it's something else. And they can get them those records so they can authenticate them. It is no coincidence. They in the same room, and you can tell they're in the home, and she's wearing matching scarves and all types of stuff. We need answers. And if he need to go to jail, okay, he had a short-lived career. Oh well, that's somebody's daughter. That's somebody's child. That's somebody's sister. That's somebody's cousin. And he's a megastar. Try having a team that has all this influence with this man. She in pictures with him with the Birkin bag. We all know those Birkin bags go for $30,000-$40,000. Where'd she get money for that for? She in videos with him with Cartier necklace on. Where did she get money to buy a diamond necklace like that? And what he did, see, y'all gotta listen to this guy's music. Even if you wrote it prior, he has an alter ego. And his alter ego is somebody that is, he said, oh my God, what is the word that he used? This guy is really, he think he's smarter than everybody else. So his alter ego is evil. I'll just say it like that, because right now I can't remember exactly what he said. But his alter ego is evil. And he made a character about this alter ego. And the alter ego is committing crimes, unaliving people. And so he was hired to investigate these crimes and solve these crimes. But what he said that was that they don't know that he is the unaliver. So basically, I'll be solving my own daggone crime. When I tell you this man is a mess, and he's very arrogant. And if you look at his, listen to his interviews, he's telling in his interviews. And I wish, yes, he's very demonic, this Ramona. I wish that my video wouldn't get strike, because I will show you. He has a song called After, oh my gosh, now y'all have me look at it. What is it? Afterlife. And when he went on tour, he sung this song, and it had to hit him, y'all. Y'all should see it. I've never seen him cry in any of his videos that I've seen him singing in, that where he was on tour. I never seen him cry. He sung this song because the words of the song is crazy, and he broke down and cried and started crying. He couldn't even, and it was around the time when they found the body. He just broke down and started crying. The words to that song is crazy. Then, to add insult to injury, he leaked a song, and it's called Celeste. So the young lady that's missing his name is Celeste Rivas. And the lyrics go something like this: Celeste, the girl that has my name tattooed on her chest. I smell you like a pack of cigarettes. So I'm obsessed. It is crazy. And all of the girls that's in his videos resemble Celeste. It is demonic. It is evil. It is crazy. And they need to lock his up. Okay, so let's go to Ashley Banfield. We're going to be watching this video under the Fair Use Act of 1976. Ashley Banfield, I will be citing you in my description. The video on my description. So let's go here. I'm going to leave here because that's a video and it's going to turn on. So let's go back up here. Let me bring her over. All right. I'm going to put these on here. Let me see. Is it going to be on my face? Oh, it takes me out and puts me on the bottom. That's fine. This is crazy. That's not it either. That's the one. How many ones I got open? it's not. Hold on, y'all. This is not it. What is this? I don't understand. Child, y'all just give me a short minute. I don't see this daggone video. Where is it at? Oh, there it is. Okay. I'm like, where are you? Okay, so here we are.
Found dead inside the trunk of his Tesla. You've probably noticed something.
Is it skipping, y'all?
It's been quiet. Like way too quiet. For weeks now, we have not heard a word from the police. No new statements, no new developments, not even a peep from David himself or his powerhouse attorney Blair Burke, who represents everyone from Harvey Weinstein to Kanye West.
On y'all end?
But that silence just broke. Because tonight, we are learning about brand new surveillance footage that could completely change this case. It captures the Tesla, David's Tesla, being driven for the last time before it was dumped on that Hollywood Hills street, the same street where it sat baking in the sun for weeks, with Celeste's body decomposing inside.
Hold on. I don't know what's going on. Hold on, let me restart my. Let me see if that's what's going on with this. I don't know. It's fine. Yesterday's. All right, let me see. All right, so let's try this again. Hopefully it's not skipping.
And that footage? It did not come from the LAPD. It came from a private investigator who's been quietly working behind the scenes. Earlier today on my News Nation show, Banfield, shout out News Nation, I'm on Monday through Friday, 10 o'clock at night Eastern, I had a chance to talk to that private investigator. His name is Steve Fisher, and he told me what he found. He told me where he found it, and he told me why he thinks this surveillance video is the biggest break yet in the case. I'm going to play you our full conversation in just a second, but first, as always, I want to thank you so much for supporting this podcast. My little guy Atlas and I could not.
Let me get to the interview. We're not doing all this. Oh, she got advertisements and everything. Chill. Okay.
Video of the singer David's Tesla as it's driving away from his mansion, and it ends up in a place where it was abandoned. And guess what? The window was partly down, and so yeah, the person driving was visible. Here's my conversation with Steve Fisher. Take a listen.
How certain are you that this video of the car driving away from David's mansion is the last time it drove and ended up at the spot where it was abandoned, likely with that body inside?
I'm certain. Listen, I can't say 100% because there's not a camera trained on that Tesla once it's parked. Continuously that I've seen. I mean, there likely is a camera, but I've seen the car driven to that spot, and with the dates, with the date that it was. And they left town right after that. I'm certain that is the last time the car was driven. It was put there with her, in the front trunk.
And there's one weird detail about what you could, well, there's a lot of weird details, and I'm going to get to what you saw through the driver's side window in a second, but there was an air freshener that was found in the car at this point that we see on our screen, where it was abandoned. Was that air freshener also hanging from the rear view mirror when it drove off from David's house?
It wasn't, but the window was half to three-quarters of the way down, which is odd because it was a very short drive. And also at that on that day, this is the very end of July 29th, it was like 78 degrees at that time in the morning, or 77 degrees. And if it was on the street where the house is, so it's shaded by the house. So, if you're going, I don't know what window would be rolled down unless there's something, offensive there. And then all of a sudden, one of the first things I picked up on when the news first broke about her being found in there, where they were towing the car away from the impound lot to LAPD, was why on a $104,000 car is there a Christmas tree air freshener hanging from the from the mirror? It seemed kind of odd to me, but I guess maybe they thought that would help, mask it for when they had to move the car again.
If there was that smell at that time, because again, we have no idea when Celeste started decomposing in that trunk. We don't know if she'd been decomposing in the trunk for a long time before it ended up being, the car ended up being abandoned. But talk to me about the date of this video, July 29th, and talk to me about what you saw. What did you see in terms of the identity of the person driving through that open window?
So it's very clearly that Tesla, one, because the Tesla has that tape on the rear spoiler for whatever reason. I don't know why it's there. And also, it was just like it is in that picture. It was that dirty, except you could tell that they had run the windshield wiper like once to clear the dirt away so they could see. And it comes very close to the camera, although there is some motion blur, but you can see the person and you can see what they're wearing, something pretty distinctive. And there's photos that I have from 12 hours earlier, a person at the house wearing the same thing.
And I know that the viewers right now are screaming at the TV set saying, Ashley, ask them who it was.
I honestly wish I could tell you. I don't want to, I don't want to interfere with LAPD on that. And I think that's coming because we know a crime was committed 100%. Somebody concealed her body. And, hey, maybe the reason I don't want to say the person's name is because maybe this person was just someone that was asked to move the car, and didn't know. I find that very hard to believe. And I doubt that's the case. But just in case, I'd rather LAPD make that announcement.
Well, and it's important for us to tell viewers as well that you turned all this material over to them. You're the one who found it. You're the one who took it to them. You're the one who said, and I connected it to the photos from just 12 hours earlier, and here's the clothing. It looks like this could be an ID. July 29th, important because that was the last day that David was in Los Angeles, right? But before he went off on his tour. So he was there in Los Angeles on that day that drive happened.
Yeah, I've seen on one of his public social medias, he had put a video out where it was the first day on their new tour bus because they were going to San Francisco, I believe, for the first night of the concert series. And they did a video from inside the tour bus. So I believe hours after that car was moved, they actually got on the tour bus and headed to San Fran.
Let me ask you this, and I only have a couple seconds left, but you found some other suspicious things. The landlord, as you know, we obviously know now, allowed you into the house, and you saw some things in there that were very uncomfortable and very suspicious. I know you can't say certain things, but what can you tell us about what you saw inside the house?
Well, and this is the landlord found it also, but there were some things in there that were hard to think about because these would be items that would be used if you wanted to get rid of a body. And there's really no other purpose for them at a house like this or anything. And they're expensive items. And so they weren't jokes, but they weren't used. I'll tell you that they were still in the box. So I don't know how much we'll find out about that in the future because you can't charge somebody for thinking about doing something. But I think that they had a plan.
But important to know, because the first thing I said when I learned of that was that, well, that can't be possible because the LAPD raided the place and took everything. But you know for a fact that they photographed those things, and they're huge and heavy and expensive, and so they have ample information and photographic evidence of those things.
Yeah.
They said that we inquired about this, and they said that they photographed it. I don't know why they didn't take it. There's 2 items. I don't know why they didn't take them, but they said they photographed them.
So tonight we know this much. Somebody parked that Tesla where it was abandoned, and that somebody walked away. And somebody somewhere knows exactly what happened to Celeste Rivas Hernandez. The question now is whether investigators will make that name public or if there's going to be an arrest soon. Either way, we're not done, because this story and Celeste deserve answers and justice.
All right, so let me remove Ashley Banfield. So in the other interview that he did for Law and Order, so he even he asked different questions, but we're not going to watch that because that video is, it's a little longer. Or we can, and then I can just do this other guy another day. But he went into detail to say that they have, I don't know what the LAPD went in there and did, because this guy went in there and listen, he said that it was very disturbing, the video footage that they got from the camera. So the landlord had this high, sophisticated video surveillance inside the house. So he gave them the option to use it if they want. He wasn't checking it because he didn't want to invade, their privacy. So they had the option to use it or not. So it appears that they were using it. And so the day that car was moved there, David was still at that mansion. And what he said on Law and Crime was that when the Tesla was moved, because the Tesla was on the same street where he rented the home, it was just parked down the street and abandoned. Like they just abandoned it. And then they found the Tesla key. Somebody walking down the street found his Tesla key, which is a credit card. Because you can download for a Tesla, you can download the app and use your phone to work your car. You don't need it. But they also come with a key that looks like a credit card. And when they moved out in a rush, I believe that they put that key there. They buried the Tesla key in the drain. When I tell you have to watch David's interview videos, and you will be like, oh my gosh, this guy thinks he's, oh my gosh. Like, it is really crazy that what's bothering me is that because I have went down a rabbit hole and watched interview after interview after interview, looked at his videos, and in one of his videos, he is dragging a woman across a field. He takes her and puts her in the trunk. So it's like this guy's playing in your face. Like he's in love with unaliving, with just like meth. Put the D on, take the M off, put the D on. He is fascinated by that. So he said in the surveillance that they got, you see a group of them planning how to get rid of Celeste. Now, he didn't see Celeste, but there is video. He said that they were planning. He said it was very creepy. He said he was freaked out. He said it was not just, he never would say his name though, but we knew it was him. So I don't know if y'all heard him say they left right after the car was moved. What he said in Law and Crime, but he didn't say here on this show, is that on the video, they see the car pull up. The person parks the car. They get out the car and get on the tour bus, and the tour bus pulls off. So even if David, now I don't think that David was driving the car. It doesn't make a difference. If they were planning this, she's found. I don't if they have that video now, right? And they come back and say, but we still don't know what was the cause for her. Then we know why, because he is a celebrity. But there is no way they are planning this thing. And now, like, they have a point of reference. So she was in that trunk since July. From what they know, from the first thing that they know, July 29th. He's saying that he believed that the plan was for somebody to come and get rid of the body, and maybe the person was like, no, I'm not doing it. I'm not. The plan was, foiled, and they just didn't do it. It is really, really sad. It's really sad. I just hope that, you know what? Just Mona. I don't think that he can. I don't think they'll let him get away with that. He is a mastermind. But there was something that I said when this first came about, and I first started looking into him. His parents pulled him out of school and homeschooled him. It wasn't during COVID. None of that. I would like to know why they pulled him out of school and decided to homeschool him, because he was going to school. But they decided to homeschool. They pulled him out and decided to homeschool him, and he never said. And what he also said was, his parents wanted him to have this, wanted him to be intelligent, wanted him to, speak well and be able to articulate himself very well. His father is an attorney. So that's why I was saying, the reason why y'all not hearing anything from him and why he's not saying anything, because his father is an attorney. And his last name is Burke, and his attorney's last name is Burke, but she's no relation. But she's a high-profile attorney. So at first, before I saw that it was a female in the name, I thought that maybe his father was going to take the case, but he didn't. So his father is an attorney, so that's why he's not saying anything. His father has already told him, "Mum's the word. Don't you say nothing." And nobody knows where he is. Only, I think, his parents and his attorney knows. And then he started, last week, he turned over 2 of his properties and put them in his mother's name. So I think it's just a matter of time. But I wish I can show y'all this video where he sings this song Afterlife, and he just broke down. He could not stop crying. And he even tried to say thank you to them before he walked off the stage. But you know how you doing that ugly cry and you get the thing in your throat? That's what they go. I said, I've never seen him distraught. He's always live and full of energy and all types of stuff like that. So he's weird. He's, dresses like he's into that emu and that gore stuff and anime and all that stuff. But if you I'm telling you, go down the rabbit hole and look at his interviews. It is I say, oh my goodness. Because he's so arrogant. He says some stuff that makes you wonder, did he really just say that? Wow, I can see. And then it's the Discord, not the Patreon. Discord. He had a Discord where he had a bunch of teenagers in this Discord. They had started screen recording his lives on Discord. Because, he was in there talking inappropriately. He really didn't want anybody. He would only accept people in his Discord from, you had to be a certain age. And then they said he started to get really weird where he was just inviting girls between a certain age. But then this is how smart this man thinks he is. He went out, he got another girl, her name is Celeste. She looks a lot like Celeste Rivas. Now, when they were together, They said that the older Celeste, she's 23 years old. So he went out and got a lookalike because people were started talking. And so when they were if they were together, they would call the older one Cece, and then her name would be like Celeste. Like they got video and stuff of this girl in bars and everything with him. And there's a video she was at one of his shows, and they're trying to say that that's not her. The older Celeste, her hair is straight. Celeste Rivas has her hair is curly, very tight curl. The thing is, he had this girl, Celeste, they both had on the same jackets. They were wearing the same glasses. It was a disguise because he had Celeste Rivas in a disguise because he didn't want people to see her. So she would always wear these big glasses. She would always have on this Gap hoodie. Or they would take pictures. She would have the pocketbook up to here, and all you'd be able to see is the top of her. But when the older Celeste was, when he was out with her, she just was, she's of age. What happened to the police? Have y'all spoken to that Celeste? Like, so I just think that the way they handled this whole thing, like, because how was this PI going behind y'all and finding this stuff, and y'all don't think that? I guarantee you know what they're gonna say. Remember, he just said that they found some things that somebody would buy to get rid of a body. He's gonna say that that's for his videos, because Romantic Homicide, that video. He was working with like some tarps in his house and stuff, and he was, painting, putting red paint on these shirts because he was selling shirts at his concerts and stuff, and it was shirts that he custom made, but the paint symbolized it looks like it was blood. Another thing that he started doing, which was really, really awkward and weird, on his new tour, he started bringing a freaking casket, and he had the casket out, and they would put the casket in the front. So when the people that was coming in to see the show, he would tell them to sign the casket and put something that you would say to somebody that's no longer with you. I said, it just keeps getting worse and worse and worse. Like, what in the heck? I said, that's a whole casket. A real casket. He had these people carrying his casket in before. Too much. It is too much. Too much, out of control. Out of control. But hopefully we'll hear something about an arrest. I didn't understand why when they came, so they broke their lease. His rent was $20,000 a month. That Halle Berry used to own that mansion. So they broke the lease with the landlord. And so, of course, there's going to be people outside of their house. They have cameras all around on the streets and everything like that. But when they came to move the stuff out of, and why they came to move this stuff out of the mansion, they already moved out. This PI was hired last week. They just hired, the owner just hired him last week. He had been working on the case independently, but he was more around where Celeste, her parents was. That's where he started, and talking to neighbors, asking them if did they see her, what type of kid was she, and all, did they hear anything, like as far as her family went. But he went over there where the mansion is, and I guess the homeowner decided to hire him. So he just got on the case as it relates to the property David was renting last week. So they already raided this property the same day they found the remains in the trunk. So y'all left that there. They took all of the electronics and stuff out, but they left this other stuff that he found there. And then I don't know who it was, because this is another crazy thing. When they came to move the stuff out of the house after the landlord agreed to them breaking the lease, why they coming in with masks up to here? I said, why the hell? They was masked up. David wasn't with them. It was like the manager, but there was another Tesla in the garage. It was red, and the Tesla that was in the garage was registered to his manager. But his manager said he didn't live there with him. He rented that for him. He has a wife and 2 children. They live in a whole nother state. He's like, oh no, I don't even speak to David like that. I work remote, so I'm not. You manage him. He is on a world tour right about now. Oh yeah, you speak to him, but I know you want to remove yourself. So the landlord is saying, I did not rent the place out to this David person. I rented it out to his manager. So he had no idea that David was even staying in the property. And they said it used to just be constant traffic in and out. What I don't like is, like, here they go again with this, some of these news stations with this weird angle. Oh, she still could have, passed from an overdose. So it would just be, if that happened, that's an accident. And then it would just be tampering with a body afterwards. Are y'all like, what? I'm like, what am I missing here? First of all, he is the cause. He is the reason that she's over there. She's the reason. I saw all of the stuff from, I saw all of the videos and stuff. Like, because it was one guy in his Discord one day and said, I can't wait till they catch your AZZ because you're messing with 13 and 14-year-old girls. You are disgusting. I can't wait till you and until they catch you. And he kicked that person out. They said that, he would kick people out. He was over here going, like, watching because if you put in a hashtag D4VD, all of the comments will come up from the people that are reporting. If you use that hashtag, he was coming around to channels saying stuff. Like, I guess he was so upset because people are like, okay, this girl was found in his Tesla. Everybody's like, oh, wow, he had to do something. Then his music didn't help it. But I just wish they were fine. I don't know, Allie. That's who has time to plan it? David. Yes, Mona. Cover up. Big time. Started with TMZ. His attorney and Harvey from TMZ are best friends. And so TMZ is the first channel, like they like to be, to report on this. And everybody else was reporting from what TMZ was reporting. And when they were first reporting on this, they were saying how they found her in David's Tesla. And oh my goodness, what, we don't want to jump the gun, but she is in his Tesla. So, she was dismembered and, then they scaled her back. She wasn't dismembered. It just that her body was badly decomposed. And then when he retained the attorney, TMZ they switched the narrative now and put the blame, started victim blaming. They went out, send their people out to get video of Celeste allegedly arguing with her neighbors. And they made a big deal like, oh, she ran away this many times. Oh, she is a problem. Oh, the cops were called to her house 15 times. And so her parents don't really speak English well. So they reported her missing. But she had been back and forth. And they never said that she came back home again. So they're like, if she came back home, why didn't they tell them that she came back home? She came back home, but she didn't stay. But the thing is, the day that this is what's confusing to me. Because according to what they're saying, she was found on September 8th. So is the mother saying that she left in July to go to the movies with her boyfriend named David and she never came back? That's not, something is just so off here. Because this private eye is saying that when she was moved there, Celeste had to be in a trunk there on July 29th. Somebody moved the car afterwards, but this is what people also need to understand. The first leg of his tour, the tour is just a cover-up. This is just me going down a rabbit hole, right? The tour is a cover-up. The first leg of his tour was like in a state over, like it wasn't far. What I mean is he wasn't like out there like on a plane or nothing just yet. So he had the ability to come back and leave again, but everybody's just focusing on the tour. No, look at where his tour started. It wasn't too far from where he lived. It's just crazy. And I'm telling you, the interviews of him, you will really be like, will leave you puzzled. And I don't care what anybody says. That prank call that was made to the police department and had those police go to his parents' house, that was David. He messes around with voice changers all the freaking time. I don't care. The first thing I said, that's David. His mother and them know. I really want to know why he was to homeschool. That's the question I have. What y'all think? This case, I had stopped like looking because I was just like, I'm just everywhere with this. I feel so bad for this young girl, and I did not like the way the media has started to attack her. And you would have these stations just reporting on. You have these stations reporting on like everything negative that her as a troubled teen would do. But this is a grown man with lots of money. And people are like, oh, he just started, he didn't have no money. Listen, Fortnite, the video game, he was already on a world tour because, SZA is into that. SZA, she has a style of her own, and she's like a fairy to me. Like SZA is just, when I see her perform, she just be leaping and balleting all over the place. Well, she was she was a dancer. She's very athletic for 13 years. So when she saw him, she brought him on her tour. So that was the first time he went out. But he had already hit like 1 billion streams on Spotify. He had every record label calling to sign him, but he did a deal independently before the record label with Fortnite. Anybody knows Fortnite, it is a video game that they are using on their platform. He made a soundtrack for one of their videos. He has two. He made one by himself. It's a song called Feel It. And now that song, I can really get with that song. I'm like, so why he make something like this for a video, but you make all this weird? Okay. But he also has did another deal with Fortnite. It's him and 21 Savage made a song together, and it's a Fortnite on, it's on Fortnite. So yeah, he does have a lot of money, and he signed a $3 million deal when he did sign to the label. And if depending on how his ticket sales and stuff went, he could have got upwards of $6 million, but he got a $3 million advance. So don't say he didn't have no money. He had brand deals with Crocs and Hollister, but as soon as this came out, they snatched that from him, but they can't take the money back that they already paid him. He's not dumb. The young man is 20 years old. He has, properties. And this Tesla, they got him over there by Celeste's house. And from what those kids are saying, he was over there paying them to keep their mouth shut about, Celeste. I think that it started getting heated and hot. And like people started calling him out, those young kids that knew. And they could have been, shaking him down, but you're messing with a little girl. But that video was so daggone disturbing. Let me see if I can find that video. There's no music in it. Let me see if I can find that video. The video where he told her that he media trained her. I'm gonna see if I can find that and bring that over because it just was cringe. Like, I'm probably gonna have to schedule that other part of this video for maybe tomorrow. Let me see. Let me. Give me some. Yeah, they got, here it is. Images. Oh, somebody took a picture of the image. Video. I'm so tired of all of these people reporting here on YouTube, all these AI channels that are reporting that he was arrested and stuff like that. It's just really, it is just really crazy. David arrested. He's not arrested. Let me see. Oh, okay. I'm gonna use this guy's video. Let's look at this. So this is Dr. G. Okay, so let me just bring him over here. All right. So this is Dr. G, and this is the video I'm talking about, but he's breaking down the video. So let's look at this.
Psychologist as well as a body language expert, and today we're going to be analyzing the behavior and body language of singer and songwriter David. Before we get started with this, couple of quick things. One, I wanted to make sure you know this is not a psychological evaluation of any kind. These are just my opinions. In addition to that, I do want to remind you to like and subscribe if you want to see more content just like this. All right, let's go. So for anybody unfamiliar with this case, I'm going to give you a quick rundown so you can understand the context of the clip we're getting ready to watch. On September 8th, 2025, the dead body of Celeste Rivas was found in the front trunk of David's Tesla. Now, she had been missing. She was a runaway since April 5th, 2024. At that time, she was 13. She would have been 15 when her body was found. In August of this year, the Tesla had been found sitting for an excessively long period of time and was ultimately towed. There have been a number of conflicting details. Some say the body was found dismembered. Others say it wasn't. There have also been reports that it was wrapped in plastic. The one thing that everybody agrees on when in the investigation is that this was a homicide. That being said, David has not been charged. He has not been arrested, at least not at this point. We're going to talk about why I think that is at the end of this video. But there are a number of very strange coincidences. Now, years ago, way before anything happened to Celeste Rivas, David wrote a song, and actually his most popular song, Romantic Homicide. He's also had some particularly strange imagery in some of his videos, one of them where they're throwing a dead body in the trunk of a car. There's been lyrics in the songs where he's talking about murdering somebody in the back of his mind. There's so many strange coincidences with this. Now, something that the internet has done, which the internet tends to be very good at, they have researched and found any potential connection to David and Celeste Rivas. Now, keep in mind, she would have been 13 years old when she went missing, and she may have known David even before then. Former teachers reported that he, in fact, is aware that there was a relationship, or he alleges there was a relationship between David and Celeste Rivas, which would be a very serious charge given that David is an adult. Now, if I was to cover everything, it would probably take an hour because there is so much information. But what we're going to be looking at today is Celeste Rivas and David on a live stream. We're going to be doing a body language analysis. I can tell you what it is that I'm seeing. And just to complicate things a little bit further, there are reportedly 2 people with the name Celeste. There's also a 23-year-old with the name Celeste. According to Court TV and TMZ, this is Celeste Rivas, the girl who was found in the Tesla. This is a very brief clip from a live stream. Let's just jump right in. I'll talk about what we see, and then we'll talk about it some afterwards as well.
I media trained you.
No, you didn't.
That's controversial.
It's controversial of kids.
Did you hear?
All right, so let's look at some of the body language. First, we're going to look at David. Let's watch his body language.
Did y'all hear what she said? She said it's controversial about effing kids.
Which right here.
I media trained you.
So as you can see, David has his hand on Celeste's shoulder. Now, what I want you to keep in mind with this is this can mean a number of different things. Sometimes it can be a way to show closeness, but it can also be a subtle means of control depending on the type of relationship. One thing I want you to also keep in mind is that this was not a private moment. They are comfortable showing themselves as close, portraying themselves as close in front of other people. And while this body language alone is not enough to say specifically the nature of the relationship or if it was an inappropriate relationship, this does indicate that they are more than just casual acquaintances. This is not the type of body language that you would typically show with a casual acquaintance.
I media trained you.
No, you didn't.
That's controversial.
Now, you see how he withdrew his lips after he said, I media trained you, and said that's controversial? Withdrawing of the lips is sometimes trying not to say something. In other words, I think this is actually a reaction to what he just said. Maybe that was an impulsive thing to say. Maybe that's something that he regrets saying. But the withdrawal of the lips, oftentimes we do that when we're either trying not to say something or even regretting that we just did say something.
I media trained you.
No, you didn't.
That's controversial.
I'm curious about her fashion choices, whether the hoodie and the glasses were her idea, whether that's how she always dressed when she was around him, if there was the
Somebody in the chat, in his chat, said David Epstein flightless? Question mark.
psychological desire to stay hidden, or if there was a very literal desire to obscure her identity to some degree. Now, also keep in mind, if you look at the comments over here, David Epstein flight list. So there is some implication that I suppose that the people that are watching this recognize that there is something not normal about this dynamic, that she is too young to be talking to David in a situation like this.
It's controversial of kids.
So what was bleeped out was that she was making reference to it being controversial that he's committing assault.
She said, yeah, graping kids. It's controversial that grape that you for Lord.
It's controversial of kids.
So watch the way he looks at the audience. So he looks at the computer, thinks about what's happening right now. She's basically being her age, trying to be funny, making jokes. And you see how he lets go of her and leans away. This is an automatic reaction. It's creating distance at that point because she thinks it's all funny. But I think that there's an immediate reaction of him that he needs to gain distance from that. There's actually discomfort there from him, despite the fact you see him smiling. And his eyes are closed. Another thing that we do when we are uncomfortable. See, and then he looks down, puts his hand up almost like he's going to cover his face. Now, I know that he literally can't cover his face. That doesn't really do any good. But showing that automatic reaction of, I don't want to be seen right now. she's covering her mouth because to her, this is all a joke. This is a kid here, and she's acting normal for her age. And from what I've read, they actually muted the mic at this time. That's why you're not hearing anything right now.
Really good.
Okay,
It's been a good.
Now, also watch his hand right here. See, now he points at the screen. Now he's feeling defensive. We tend to point when we're feeling a little bit more aggressive, a little more frustrated. So as he's doing this, he's basically trying to be stern and saying like, hey, nobody needs to pay attention to this or something to that effect.
Really good.
Okay,
It's been a good one. Bye.
Bye, guys.
Mwah, 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 mwah. Oh my! Delete everything. Delete everything. Everything goes. Everything.
And if you look at the position of the way that they're sitting with each other, she's leaning close to him, so she clearly feels close to him. He's leaning back towards her. We can't fully glean the nature of the relationship, but we can say there clearly is closeness. That seems very, very clear.
Bye, guys.
Mwah, 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 mwah. Oh my! Delete everything. Delete.
And you can see she's making faces. I think that she's just playing along with the fact that this is being live streamed. I don't think she's taking this very seriously. And David is being playful as well. But it does seem to be there is more legitimate discomfort coming from him. She doesn't seem uncomfortable at all. She just seems to be playing around. He seems quite uncomfortable right now.
Guys.
Mwah, 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 mwah. Oh my! Delete everything. Delete everything. Everything goes. Everything goes. Everything.
Now let's take a second to look at what some of the comments are to see what the observations were from the audience. Because, like I said, this is a very brief clip. This audience is someone that's going to know David better, and I'm curious what else they have to say.
Really good.
Okay,
It's
bye.
been a good one. Bye.
Bye, guys.
Mwah, 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 mwah. Oh my!
See, someone said cancel.
David,
Public statement from David's girl.
Delete everything. Delete.
End stream. Nah, she's cooked. So people are obviously joking, but at the same time, I think that there's some real concern about what people saw here. There's going to be a noticeable downgrade in quality because it's been impossible to find this footage. So this part actually comes from Court TV, but it does continue the rest of the live stream.
Oh, yo, wait.
Oh, look at it. Answer that one. That's so mean if you don't answer
Which
that.
one? Which one?
And you can see on the right, if you're just looking at what's being said, caught you 4K, don't get canceled, dog, caught. People clearly at least believe that something that is not so great is going on here, something worthy of being caught for.
Which one? It was good to have a big fan.
You can also see they're not sitting as close right now. There's a little bit more distance between them. So it could be that he's feeling more careful after what just happened.
Oh, thank you, Mitochondria.
I gotta stop with him if you even. We need to delete this.
Maz, can we delete all VODs? And then as soon as the stream ends, delete the stream too?
Now you hear how quietly he's speaking right now. Now he's somebody who's been big and bombastic and loud. So now he's saying, can we delete this stream? When people are trying to hide, they tend to be a little bit quieter. So at this point, he may be very serious as he's saying, can we delete this stream?
Maz, can we delete all VODs? And then as soon as the stream ends, delete the stream too?
And then you see the lips get tucked in again. Once again, that's when someone is trying either to not say something or is regretting something that they said. So if you look at this right here, towards the end of this video, they're sitting further apart. He appears to be, from what I would gauge, is much more uncomfortable than he did when this started. All right, we'll go ahead and stop here. Hopefully this is helping you better understand some of the behavior and body language that we saw.
Okay, so Dr. G is shout out to Dr. G. I had to put his video bio, but yeah, it just she said she said what she said. Like, it's controversial to be graping little girls, little kids. So I just think that, and then you see the people in his chat started saying, different things. I just think that it's things started to get hot for him. I'm not buying the drug angle. Everybody wants to jump to the drug angle. We really can't, say anything until, they find out. I guess they're still waiting for the toxicology report. What it's been like, a month and some change? Listen, lock them all up. Whoever was there, especially if he has that video surveillance where they were planning how to get rid of her, then what all of them need to go. David is not exempt either because he is the reason why she is there. Period. So the mother. So the mother is the one that put the that filed the missing person report. But I know that there are some people that were saying, I know somebody went off on her on Facebook or something like that because they said they were trying to reach out to her to let her know about Celeste, because they see Celeste on in David's Discord, and she didn't answer, she didn't respond. But she doesn't really speak too much English, her mother. Do you think that if you had a troubled teen, and everybody could say what they would do, but you are fighting against a man that has millions of dollars, because he's a millionaire already. Davis is a millionaire already. Do you think that the parents could compete with that? Because the video where they show her running down the street, the liquor store has camera surveillance. That was 7 something in the morning. She was supposed to be getting on the bus going to school. So the video was able to capture her running, and then like the you couldn't see her anymore, but the liquor store owner said that she got in a black car and left. Like, so she didn't even go to like school, and that was early in the morning, and she was walking and running, and then she would stop and walking and running. So do you think that her parents could compete with somebody that's a millionaire? Then so I don't know if they have any concrete evidence to say that they was paying this family. Those are all like rumors that's flying around. I like to talk about things that I can see. I just know that every time so there was one person that I want to say it was that it wasn't that private eye. It was a female. She went to talk to one of the neighbors, and the neighbor said she never really sees them. But what she can tell you is that when she sees Celeste with her mother, it's like her mother is always trying, keeping her close to her. And that's because you got this fool. He lives 70 miles away from her. So you got this fool picking her up. You got this guy picking her up, and they said that she used to be out there on the party scene, and they would see her, but they thought that she was 19. Everybody thought she was a college student. I don't know. It's just weird. It is a shame that, I know they have a job to do, but this PI is making y'all look real bad. He's making y'all look real bad, but he turned over what he found in the house to the police within 24 hours, he said, of course, they thanked him and said that they would look into that, but they couldn't have any conversations with him. But he is the one, he knows who was driving the car because it's on the police surveillance. Now, is it David? I want to say in the Law and Order video, like he would never say, but when he said that, I said, y'all better read between the lines, because he's saying without saying. Even if David wasn't driving, this was the day before they went on tour. And then he's like, the car kind of pulled up, and then he said, didn't you see this big tour bus pull up? And he kept saying, and they got on the bus and left. Because he doesn't want to say David, because he don't want to say David, or he probably doesn't know. Maybe he does know the other people's name who was there. I just know that when he did his interview with Law and Order, he was kind of looking like, when he started talking about having a surveillance of them planning how to get rid of her, he looked like he saw a ghost. He said it's pretty disturbing. He said it's disturbing. He said, but we have it. And then that's when he said the same thing he said on Banfield. I know who's driving the car, but he's not going to say, because he can't. He doesn't want to mess up the his relationship with LAPD. And not working together. They can't appreciate him. And he was hired by the owner. I said Law and Order. Sorry, y'all. Law and Crime. I know this. law and crime, excuse me, law and order. So yeah, but yeah, it's just this is just on so levels disturbing on so many levels because Celeste was seen with David's little brother, and somebody kept saying he don't have no little brother. Yes, he does. He has a little brother and a little sister. He's the oldest. Yeah, because he's showing his brother how to make money out here. So he does. He has a little brother and he has a little sister. And he takes his family with him when he goes on tour. They're not there with him all the time, but they're there a lot of the majority of the time. I am interested in finding out because you can't tell me, I don't know, you can't tell me that his mother and father didn't see this girl or know of her. But so, you know, even though he's in LA and they live in Texas. So, but I just believe because the brother, they worked together at a concert. She had that same black hoodie on and some pink sweatpants. And they was walking into the back of the show. So if the brother is there, I'm pretty sure the mother, father, and the little sister was there too. Yeah, he has two siblings. He's the oldest, and he has a brother, and he has his sister is the youngest. So yeah, he got famous fast because he made, you know, he recorded his first songs in a closet with his cell phone and some earphones like this. So he's, you know, that's how he you know, became more famous than what he is. He has a beautiful voice, but you know what they say about, you know, people with beautiful voices, they can be demons too. He is diabolical. He is downright, he think he's smarter than everybody else. So hopefully next week they'll say something more. But they kill me. They keep going back to this. We need to find the cause of you know, of death. Then they say she was supposed to be pregnant, but they said she wasn't. David is the one that said that. David said that. David said that in one of his discords. Because she changed her Discord name, and he said that she came in here. Because first he was like, it's Celeste in here, but you see all the flack he started getting from these people that's in this Discord. They started calling him out. So she changed her username, and then he said me, and I forgot what her username, what she changed it to. We have a kid on the way. So they got that from David. It's a whole mess. It's just too much. I try to stick to stuff that I can see. I can, you know, that I can go somewhere and verify that I can see it and read it. And it's like, because everything else, and then like all of a sudden, Harvey and them on TMZ, they were complaining because they weren't able to get like information like they normally do. And they were like, oh man, we don't understand, like the LAPD, like my sources at the LAPD, they're keeping this tight to the breast. Normally, I could get information out, but they won't tell me anything. Now David hires this lady, the Burke lady, and now you got all this information that you spinning and twisting now and making Celeste the villain in this story. She's a child, period. That's all that we need to see. But you know, I guess being a PDF is so accepted in this climate that people are okay with it. So that's just how I see it. Like they're not really, you know, taking nobody down until, you know, things get, you know, out of hand. It's crazy. But anyway, y'all, I know we're supposed to do the other Brandon Isbell. So I might have to schedule live tomorrow. We've been here an hour. I know David was going to take up my time. That's why I don't listen. I don't do too much reporting on David and Celeste because, you know, I have some things, but it'll take you there. Like you know, you want to know what happened. You know, you want justice for this for this baby, like, and for her family. They deserve it. But I don't like the way, like, he just out here, he just moving like ain't nothing. Yeah, well, like I said, Harvey and his attorney they are best friends. They vacation together, everything. So they're best friends, not romantic. They're not connected romantically. If y'all don't know, if y'all know about Harvey, I'll let y'all go. I ain't saying nothing, have nobody pointing over there, but he battled from the same team. I ain't know that till he said it last week. He played here. So ain't nothing wrong with that, but you know, he's very open with it, but I'm just not gonna say it like that. But yeah. So I'm gonna have to reschedule a live for Brandon Isbell. But we gonna get to Brandon Isbell because I can't believe I said, listen, what that girl do to you in 6 months? She had to lay it to smack down. You done unalived threw the whole family away. So yeah. So shout out to the sponsor for the show. It's still Allie and Baby A. I didn't run across there on the bottom. Baby A is always sponsoring the show. And shout out to y'all. Thank y'all for rocking out with me. I am going to change my thumbnail. We're going to try, and we're not going to talk about David tomorrow, but I just had to run this back because I'm like, oh, we got an update. It was yesterday night. And I was like, oh, I just got off. So I'll reschedule that one. And I'm going to end the show like I always do by bringing awareness that men, when Harvey said, I was like, oh, okay, player, I see you. So by bringing awareness that men get breast cancer too, because of the stigma surrounding the word breast, we have changed the word to peck and or chest cancer over here on the Survivor Speaks channel. So let's continue to bring awareness that men get breast cancer too. And to all of my she's coming along. She's coming along, child. She's doing good. So, and to all my ladies, please make sure you're getting your mammograms, filling on your boobies to make sure that you are all right. All right. And I wanted to say happy Breast Cancer Awareness Month to all of the people that are fighting breast cancers, the breast cancer survivors, and the people that have lost their fight to, with breast cancer. And don't you dare let anybody come into your house and disrupt the peace that passes all understanding. I'm Survivor Speaks. I'll see you guys in the next live or video premiere. Who knows? Thank you for rocking out with me. Peace.
If you have made it to the end of the video, you are the real MVP. So don't forget to comment, like, share, and subscribe. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Thank you so much for watching.
Oh, and when I end the stream, I'm in the wrong. Okay. So when I end the stream, if you could do me, first of all, like the video, please. Share the video, whatever. Go down underneath where it says share and all that. You can go over till you see the button says hyper. You have to do it from the phone. If you can hype up the video, I would greatly appreciate. That's a free way to support the show. I would greatly appreciate it.